Some Muslims point to Luke 19:27 to argue that Jesus advocated violence against his enemies, justifying Islam's stance on warfare. The verse reads, "But those enemies of mine who did not want me to be king over them, bring them here and kill them in front of me." They argue that this passage proves that Jesus, like Muhammad, called for the death of those who rejected his authority. This interpretation misunderstands the context of the verse. Luke 19:11-27 is a parable, not a direct command from Jesus. The verse in question is part of the parable of the 10 minas, where Jesus describes a nobleman who leaves his servants to manage his affairs while he is away. The nobleman in the parable represents a king, not Jesus, and his actions are not meant to be prescriptive for Christians. Jesus often used parables to convey moral lessons, and this one focuses on stewardship and accountability, not violence. For the sake of time and when read in context, Luke 19:11-27 teaches about the responsibility of believers to use the gifts wisely until Christ's return. Jesus is the nobleman who will return to judge the world, rewarding the faithful and punishing the wicked. This judgment is consistent with other biblical teachings, such as in Matthew 25:14-30 and lastly, Revelation 20:11-15, which speak of the final judgment where those who reject God will face consequences. However, these passages emphasize God's role as the righteous judge, not an endorsement of earthly violence by believers.